Yes, hello students. You are welcome once again to another live session of ANP506. I welcome you especially to this facilitation for this semester. Yes, we are just about to start facilitation. And of course, this will be the first class we'll be holding for this series of facilitation for this session. I welcome you specially. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Abayomi Samuel Bankole. I shall be your course facilitator for this course, and I assure you it shall be an interesting one. So without any waste of time, let me just share my screen and we shall get the class started. Yes, I want to believe you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, you will let me know. I am yet to have any students in the class. Hold on. Let me unshare and share again. I need to be sure this thing is up and running. Okay. Yes, I think it is on now. Yes, all right. So you can see right there what we have before us. Let me make sure this thing is starting. It's enlarged. Very good. I think you can see my screen better now. Yes, so yes, right there you can see that we will be looking at the very first topic in this facilitation class, and the topic is on basic terms used in animal health and diseases. I've introduced myself already. I'm Dr. Abayomi Bankole of the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, Animal Science Department, National Open University. Yes, so let's move on. So now, by way of introduction, we'll say that to understand any topic of interest, it is important to get familiar with the basic terms and concepts of that topic. Now, this is what we shall be doing today. Yes, the intended learning outcomes are as follows. At the end of this topic, you are expected to define or explain some common terms used in relation to animal health. And two, you are to know what to look out for when animals are sick. And also, you are to understand how diagnoses are arrived at. Now, what are the basic terms? We have said that our topic today is basic terms used in animal health and diseases. So what are these basic terms? The basic terms in animal health and diseases include 1, health, 2, disease, 3, pathogen or infectious agent, and 4, symptom or symptoms, or clinical sign or clinical signs. And finally, for the purpose of this class, we'll stop at diagnosis. Yes. So we start with health. So what is health? Health is defined as a complete state of physical, social, and mental well-being, not just the absence of disease or diseases. Yes, and so when you say an animal is in good health, what it means is that that animal is in a complete state of physical, social, and mental well-being, and not just that that animal is free from disease or diseases. So what that means is that the animal in question must be adequately cared for with respect to provision of feed, water, space, clean environment, and so on and so forth. So from what you can view here, you can see healthy animals. You see them looking good. So some Friesian and the cattle, and they're looking okay. At least the two of them that are big enough for you to see. Now, what is disease? That is the second term we shall be explaining today. So disease is deviation from the normal and is revealed by certain changes in the animal, especially in appearance and behavior. In other words, any animal that has a disease will show some abnormalities. Yes, now these changes in the animal can easily be observed from the behavior, the structure, and function of the animal in question. Now, we saw a healthy animal or cattle the other time. Now you are seeing an unhealthy one. You can see this animal is just down there, not even stand up. It's just down. See the ribs out. It's not even looking attractive. That is a sick animal there, or a diseased animal. Now, moving on, let's look at pathogen. Now, a pathogen or infectious agent is a biological agent that causes disease or illness to the host, that is the animal. Now, this term is most often used for agents that disrupt the normal physiology of a multicellular animal. However, pathogens can also infect unicellular organisms. And if you look at the box on your right-hand side of the screen, you'll see types of pathogen there. Examples include ticks, mosquito, and of course there are different types of pathogen, which include bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa, parasitic, worm, and prions, and so on and so forth. Now, what are symptoms or clinical signs? That is the third one we shall be looking at today. If you are following me, I hope you are following me. I want to believe you are following me. If you are there, okay, I'm yet to have anyone in the class, but I will continue. What are symptoms or clinical signs? Symptoms or clinical signs are observable changes seen or noticed when an animal is sick. Now, there are symptoms or clinical signs that are common to most diseases, while some are quite specific to particular diseases. Some of the common symptoms seen in most diseases include refusal to eat, that is anorexia, fever or pyrexia, increase in body temperature, dullness. Pyrexia is increase in body temperature, dullness, weakness, withdrawal from other animals, and so on and so forth. We saw a sick animal there just in the previous page that I just showed, slide I showed you. And you can see how it looks. So you can begin to see how dull the animal looks and so on. Now, the changes that you observe when an animal is sick form the basis for diagnosis or determining what is causing the sickness in the animal. Now, let's go to diagnosis. Diagnosis is the art and science of determining the nature and causes of diseases and differentiating between these diseases. Now, to arrive at a diagnosis, you have to get some information or facts about that animal. The information gathered should be as comprehensive as possible, and this can be regarded as a component of diagnosis. Now, let's look at components of diagnosis. You can see we are going sequentially so that you can get this message across on this topic. So we don't want to look at components of diagnosis. Now, the components include one, history taking. This is gathering of basic information about the animal, such as the identity of the animal, like species, the name or tag number, age, sex, breed, color of the animal, and so on and so forth. Now, when the animal was first noticed to have changed in the behavior or performance, is also important in the basic information, or how long this condition has been on. This forms history taking. Now, then we go to the second component of diagnosis, which is physical examination. And this is done by observing the animal itself for any sign of abnormality, like taking the temperature, pulse rate, the respiratory rate, and so on and so forth. Now, if this is done on the farm, it can also include looking at the housing and environment where the animal is kept. And also, you want to look at the feed given to the animal or animals in general. The third component of diagnosis is laboratory examination. Laboratory examination. And this is carried out on samples of materials collected from the animal or the environment where the animal is kept. Now, the sample collected is subjected to various laboratory procedures to detect the presence or absence of disease-causing agents. Now, you want to also look at the examples of samples collected from a sick animal. And this include the blood, the feces, the scrapings, the urine, even organs of a dead animal can be collected. You can also, or you may want to also collect some part of animal feed. Like we mentioned earlier on, you want to look at the feed for laboratory analysis. Now, laboratory examination of samples collected from sick animal is very important at arriving at a definitive or what we call final diagnosis. Yes, simply we can say we have come to the end of today's sales class. It's actually supposed to be an introductory class. And so, in summary, what have we done? Now, we have successfully considered the importance of keeping animals healthy, and I'm sure you will be able to explain or define some common terms used in animal health and diseases, as well as learning some general observable signs of sick animals and samples that can be collected from such animals for laboratory examination, so as to arrive at definitive diagnosis. Yes, so thank you so much for attending this first class. Or if you are unable to attend, let me tell you, I have a good news. And the good news is this class is recorded. It's recorded to cloud. And so we'll be making this recording available on the virtual learning environment. So you can get to the environment, the platform of our platform, your class platform, and access this link for your listening pleasure. And if you have any question about today's class, you can easily email me. My email is available to you. Of course, I've sent some messages to you prior to this class for you to attend. Of course, I've sent some announcements before then. So get started. Don't forget, exams are at the corner. And beyond exams, you need this knowledge for you as a requirement for you to have good grades and also to be able to complete this course, as well as be able to be a successful graduate, a very great graduate. Yes, so that is the end of today's class. Till we meet in the next class, let me say bye-bye. Bye-bye.